present-day government has a duty of care and, of course, an admiration towards each and every member of Her Majesty's Armed Forces. Within their remit, it is vital that care and support is given to those who continue to live with the scars and the pains of bygone conflicts. In Northern Ireland, of course, we are all too aware of the pains of battle and what members of the armed forces faced during the years of struggle against the Republican Army. The military covenant is a real and genuine opportunity for the government to show their gratitude to all who fought for the cause. Our nation has a moral obligation of support towards our military members. And I'm proud to say that right across the United Kingdom, people are continuing to fulfil that obligation. In my own constituency of Upper Bann, we had many losses over the years. The 11th Battalion that served within, was stationed within the Upper Bann constituency, we lost 16 soldiers. The Ulster Defence Regiment and the Royal Irish Regiment lost somewhere in the region of 205. The breakdown of that was 198 UDR and 7 RIR. Former members were around 66 to 67 members, I think it was. In Northern Ireland, 722 soldiers were killed by terrorists. Of course, on top of that, we have the Royal Ulster Constabulary, now the PSNI, and other forces. 6,116 were wounded. And as the Right Honourable Member from Lagan Valley pointed out earlier, some 300,000 soldiers served over that period of time in Northern Ireland. So you can understand, we can understand within the House today just how much affection the people of Northern Ireland and the people in these benches hold our Crown Forces today. And over the years, many years of troubles in Northern Ireland, the men and women of Ulster were never found wanting when it come to donning the uniform of the Crown Forces. They knew duty had to be done, and they did it to defend the whole of the United Kingdom, right across the whole of the United Kingdom, and of course Northern Ireland with the troubles, but even further afield into Afghanistan and Iraq, where many were traumatised over the years. But also let me remind the House that there are members of Parliament who disregard this covenant and have absolutely no desire to see its full implementation in Northern Ireland. Despite their objection, Sinn Féin cannot build the courage to stand before us in this chamber and explain exactly why. This attitude fails to represent the voices of constituents who support this covenant, and it fails to fulfil the overall obligation that we have to support our service men and women. One key area of the covenant that I want to raise particular attention to is the importance of transition, and I'm sure other members will touch on it, and some have touched on it as well. I have no doubt that this House recognises that the transition from service back into civilian life is a process that can often provide mental barriers for both the servicemen or women and their families. Support for mental health care patients has been a key issue that I have sought to address within my own constituency of Upper Bann, and it never ceases to disturb me when I hear some of the stories of those who are struggling with mental illness. Across Northern Ireland, we are facing ever-increasing numbers of mental health cases, with our healthcare professionals and support organisations, as we heard earlier, struggling to meet the demand. However, an even greater concern is the many patients who think they can deal with their own mental health problems and attempt to provide their own remedy of recovery. As we all know, this can often lead to very dangerous and harrowing and tragic circumstances. Many of our heroes will finish their service without physical injury and long-term damage, but in the months and years ahead, the scars and reality of battle can so often return with even greater effect. If fully implemented, the Covenant would provide the training, education, healthcare referrals and the appropriate career support for all those going through this transitional period.